Hey YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Shenzo Plays Tonight. I'm very excited. We're going to be checking out blueprints today. Unfortunately, Shenzo's a dummy and forgot to record the intro, but long story short, we haven't started any gameplay yet, so you didn't miss that. We just missed the opening scene. But yeah, I'm interested in this. I want to give a huge shout out to Aaron Party, who gifted me this game. It's kind of been the talk of the town recently, so I'm kind of excited to check it out and see what happens. But yeah, we're about to start day one. We've just arrived at the Sinclair Mansion where we have to uncover a secret room. Otherwise, we lose our inheritance. Which, gosh, never want to lose that. But YouTube, you guys know the drill by now. If you like this content, please consider liking and commenting on this video. It definitely helps out with the algorithm. Trust me. If you like the rest of my content, please consider subscribing to this channel. Definitely hit that alert button if you want to get notified when we do new video drops. And of course, follow me on all my social media, TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, and twitch.tv/ShenzOTheLost, where you could have watched this live. But YouTube, that's going to do it for me, at least for now. We're about to jump into gameplay, and I will see you on the other side. All right, YouTube, we're back. Just about to jump into gameplay. It is literally day one. I don't know anything about this game other than we have to beat it in a timely manner. So, let's dive on in. We are literally starting. We've just walked into the entrance. So that is where we are. We watched the opening cutscene, and we are now in the entrance. So we have, okay. So there's a little mouse here. Only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intention of giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice, do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, don't go where the path leads, abandon the path and go where you want it to lead. With all of my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Okay. I found the Mount Holly blueprint. This will serve as useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing tab. So we have found the entrance hall, and our goal is to find, I believe it's room 46? Something like that? Oh, Aaron, no worries. If you can't stay very long, no problem. I greatly appreciate you stopping in to say hello, and thank you very much for being here. Okay, so I guess we just pick a door, huh? Seems straightforward enough. Well, show me potato salad. So we can select a room to draft. Okay, this is interesting. So whenever you enter this room, gain 2. There are 2 items in the closet, or we can pick a hallway. So I'm guessing, based on the number of footsteps we have in the upper left corner, we have a limited amount of space we can travel per day, huh? No, you're the best, Aaron. We love you. You have a wonderful night. And, Aaron, let's get together. If you're available on Sunday, let me know. I'm playing Mario Party all day. Would love to play with you. Alrighty. So, yeah, this is where we're at. Well, let's find a bedroom. Why not? So we gained 2. So we walked in. All right. So the trunk is locked. So it looks like you lose a footprint every time you draft a room. Greetings from Reddington. So this is rank 1 on the bedroom. Let's see. So our objective is to try and find, is it room 46? I think is what it is. I got distracted during the intro, so that's my fault. Okay, let's not overthink this. I don't see anything else other than the trunk, and I don't see a key anywhere. It does have a very similar art style to Telltale, I agree. Alright. We have a guest bedroom, a storeroom, which looks like it gives a key, a diamond, and a coin. Or we can have the den. Well, let's see if the key will work. I'm just curious. I don't know how any of this works. So we have one coin, a key, and a diamond. And I don't see anything else. So we will go back. Okay, and that's kind of cool. So when you go into the bedroom, so even when you go back, you still lose a footstep, but then the bedroom gives you 2 more. So that's handy. That could come in handy. We'll use the key on this trunk. And there's gold coins. Interesting. I wonder what relevance that has. So we go back to the entrance hall, so we lose another footstep. So we can get a pantry, a nook, or a laboratory. And it doesn't look like the laboratory does anything. So let's try the pantry. So we got 5 steps because we found an orange there. Got some coins. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we've just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Okay, so I don't see anything else. Alright, the corridor is always left unlocked. Oh, that's interesting. So this seems to indicate that some doors can be left locked, huh? Okay, you do believe that 46 is the room number. Okay. Let's go to the parlor. I'm just interested in seeing this. I also don't want to block myself out of too many options. We got a wind-up key, which is the component of the parlor game. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it has been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society. We were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of the evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of the game when I found the time, and I've included with this letter all the details you'll need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only false statements. Only 1 box has a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. Interesting. Okay. Do you want to play a game? So this one, the blue box is empty. The blue box is true. And this is the blue box. Okay. So, this is probably the box that is the one that's always true, right? Hey, Ace, I'm doing well. Actually feeling good for the first time in like a week, so thank you. But yeah, we're checking out Blueprints here. Never played it before. We literally just got started, so I'm very excited to check this out. But we have a, this is the parlor game, and so one box will always have a true statement, one box will always have a false statement, and two of the boxes are going to be empty. So, this one says the blue box is true. This statement says this is the blue box. And this one says the blue box is empty. So, there will always be at least one box which displays only true statements, and there's always at least one box which displays only false statements. One box has a prize within, and the other two are always empty. So there could potentially be two boxes here that are not telling the truth. So it leads me to think, just logically, let me follow this, because this is the blue, this statement says, this is the blue box. That one has to be true, right? So, because it's correct, that is absolutely the blue box. This one says the blue box is true, which is also a true statement. This one says the blue box is empty, which leads me to believe this is the false statement, and therefore the box with the prize is the blue box. Show me potato salad. I did it, guys. I got gems. I solved the parlor game. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Professional puzzle player. I know that was super hard to figure out. All right, we have a guest bedroom, which gives 10 bonus steps but doesn't lead anywhere. Closet for 2 items, or the boudoir. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I probably didn't. Let's go with the boudoir, since it has a way forward anyway. Although we do have to be careful because we may trap ourselves, it looks like. So we gotta be careful here with what we pick next. Thank you, Tristega. Thank you. Thank you, Renella. Oh, that's kind of nice. This is interesting seeing it this way. You went a different way. I'm just checking around to see if there's anything I can pick up. Oh, there's a vault. Okay, I don't have the code. So I don't think so. Boudoir, thank you. I know I was not pronouncing that correctly. Thank you. Boudoir. I am not a cultured individual. Alright, we got the West Wing Hall, a nook, and a courtyard. But the courtyard has a gem requirement. Luckily, we have a gem. Let's try the courtyard. God, look at how beautiful this is. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Silly. Oh, we got a tool. Sledgehammer can shatter padlocks or unlock trunks. That's super useful. Means we don't have to collect keys. Okay, I don't know if the goal is to just keep moving, but we'll keep doing it. Alright, whenever you enter the chapel, you lose 1. Whenever you draft a bedroom, you gain 5. Oh, that could be good. Or the den, which will give 1 gem. Well, the nursery doesn't have any ways out. So I think I'm going to go with the den. Broke out your Steam Deck and managed to find your dock for it. Got both versions of Clue, Life 1 and 2, and Repo. Now you got to buy a new charger and your other HDMI and get a controller for it and get it connected to your TV. Hell yeah, Anna. Well, let me know if you want a game. We'll play some games. Silly says, such progress already. I believe in you, Aaron. But Aaron's not the one playing right now, Silly. Don't you believe in me? Oh, so offended. I also believe in Aaron as well. Aaron's the best. Yeah, definitely. It would be awesome to play games with you, Anna. I know your schedule hasn't always worked out, but I'm very grateful you're here now, and I think it would be cool to join you. Maybe we can kidnap Felly, too. Silly says, I always believe in you. I'm here, aren't I? Fair. True. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Corridor is always left unlocked. Felly does old man sleep by 7 like 99% of the time. That's fair, but he's also up at like the crack of dawn, so I don't blame him for that. Let's see. Ooh, a patio could be nice. Let's get the corridor. It says it's always left unlocked. I don't know how I feel about that. That seems to imply, at least to me, that possibly something may chase me around, and I don't like that idea. This isn't a horror game, is it? Please tell me it's not a horror game. I may cry. There's a big scary monster that's going to chase me around in this stupid thing. Felly really is like a 90-year-old man with his schedule. Facts. He says, I don't know, I've never played it. Yeah, it does look less spooky than Repo, this is true. Oh, food for sale. Okay, so you can buy food to get more steps. The bunk room counts as 2 bedrooms. That's useful. Let me take a look at the blueprint map. What do we get? So we got the boudoir. Let's go with the kitchen. Haven't seen any horror. Okay, that's good. Just whenever something's like, hey, this room is specifically going to be unlocked, it just, I don't know, I get Resident Evil flashbacks. The Mount Holly kitchen menu. We can get a banana for +3, a club sandwich for +15, or bacon and eggs, and it also adds morning room to today's draft pool. You would tell me if it was horror. Oh, thank God, Renella. I appreciate you very much. Let's do bacon and eggs. It's cool that we can use those coins to buy food to get more steps. I'm just checking around to make sure I didn't see anything. Also, look at how nice this kitchen is. And this is a nice kitchen. Do you have the same thought? You're like, okay, why is it always unlocked, right? Alright, so we can get a hallway or a nursery. I feel like we should go with the hallway here. Also, is there supposed to be sound? Everything else looks fine. It feels very quiet. I don't know, like, should we be listening to music in the background? Okay, doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. Got it. Okay. So we're on the East Wing. So there's a chance that when we go on the West Wing, we'll need more keys. Should have music? Yeah, I don't hear anything. Like, do you guys hear any sound? Like, even for me, it's like the audio seems very, very low on this game. All right, let me pause real quick. YouTube, bear with me for 1 sec. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't have any in-game audio whatsoever, which is very weird. I apologize if I blow your guys' ears out. I'm gonna take a preemptive since I raised. Sorry about that, everybody. But YouTube gets to see my cool transitions. All right. Okay, that door's locked. That one's also locked. Okay. So we ran into our first dead end since we don't have a key. Sledgehammer won't work either because I believe... Yeah, that's only for locked trunks. Okay, so I'm starting to see where the puzzle aspect comes in. Yeah, so you heard the... You heard the doorknob. Yeah, it must be the West Wing. Hey, it must be the money! Alright, so we've got a nook. Laboratory, which is a dead end. Let's grab this nook because it has a key in here. And yeah, that... Unfortunately, this is a dead end. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, a scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Okay, I'm ready. Got my notepad, got my pen. All right. There you go, Tristega. There you go. Tristega's for YouTube, since you can't see it. Tristega has is using Ray Narvaez has an emote of him writing in the pad. Okay, so far I haven't really made any observations that really I feel need to be stated. But we do have a key, so that's good. That explains why the corridor might be unlocked. So let's head back, and we'll use the key to unlock a door in the hall. But, you know, maybe should we make a note about, like, hallway equals West Wing, maybe? Like, maybe we'll make a note there. I think that could be important. So, it's the handy-dandy notebook. Gotta write down our clues. Baldur's Gate is on sale for $47. Hell yeah, there you go. And then maybe one other thing is I think that here there's a safe with a code. All right, so there we go. Got some notes, guys. Got some notes. Okay, Steve. Blue Scoo-Doo, we can too! Get it? Because it's blueprints. We have the blueprint for the blueprints. Eh? No? Oh, okay. My bad. Alright, utility closet with the breaker box. Oh, that could be interesting. The guest bedroom. And then each day, a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. We do also have Blue's Clues. This is also true, yes. Let's put the dining room just because it has more options. We haven't reached rank 8 yet. We're at rank 7, so there's no meal here yet. Alright. Doors are locked. This door is not. So we got the nursery, the spare room, or the closet. Let's get the spare room. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. All right. So that's locked, so we gotta go back and retrace our steps. And we can always order more food, so let's get a banana. And then we do not have enough for the club sandwich. But that's okay. So we'll head down to the courtyard. I wonder who it's from. Yeah, I grew up on Blue's Clues. I was young enough to when that was kind of a big deal. Hey, there's the West Wing Hall. Okay, so no, it specifically says whether it's a hall or not. So the hallway is not the West Wing Hall, so I'll just... So the West Wing Hall has a higher chance of being locked. Let's go with the veranda. We have enough diamonds for that. Your apologies, there is no music. Okay, no worries. You saw when Steve got on TikTok? Hell yeah, there you go, Anna. That's awesome. Yeah, let's take a look at the blueprint here. Yeah, let's put the veranda there. Higher chance of getting green rooms. Alright, we got the nursery, we got an office. I feel the office is a good thing to put here. Oh, we need 2 gems, which I don't have. So, I guess we'll have to do the guest bedroom. Just random noise in the rooms, okay. So maybe I will have to take a look at, Okay. So yeah, we might be stuck here and have to start again. Because we don't have any keys. Hey, Allison, welcome on in. Because yeah, we don't have any keys. So there's no way for me to unlock those doors there. And we only have one more room we can go through. Whenever items would be spread throughout the house, they are placed in this room instead, in the conference room. Well, let's try the closet. Because, we can't really move further. The ivory die. Okay, that's useful. Might have needed that earlier. And a shovel. Okay, so there were a couple dirt piles we saw. Maybe we can use the shovel on those. So I believe there was one in the courtyard, and then I think there was another one, gosh, I don't even know. Maybe in the veranda? Happens in roguelikes. Yeah, that's why I'm not discouraged. To me, day 1 is all about me just trying to kind of figure some stuff out. Oh, well, we got some coins. That's useful. Come on, we need a key. Turnip, okay. We need a key. Need a key. Show me potato salad. Nope. Rats. Okay, so I think we are stuck. I don't think we have an unlocked door, and I don't think we have any tools to unlock a door. So I think we may have to end our day and start again. Oh, wait, there's a trunk here. I walked past that like a million times. And the trunk is full of coins. Man. Alright, so unfortunately, that didn't help a ton. So it's a dead end. Oh, okay, so this is kind of nice. So it shows us the different rooms here that we found or drafted. We haven't picked a single red room yet. But we've drafted a couple. They've been there. What about a credit card to slip in the door frame? Man, I wish that would work. Allison, how are you? It feels like you haven't stopped by in a while. It's so nice to see you. I know I see you like in Hang Time's chat and a couple others, but just feels like I haven't been here in a while, so it's nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I know you're also very active in my Discord, which I greatly appreciate. I hope you know that. I don't respond to everything. I've been sick for the past week, but I do appreciate your participation. Been kind of MIA? Fair. Sinclair, I just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had thrilling time at the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. All right, so there's a game in the billiard room. It's an age since I've seen the billiard room in your house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor pan. It was well worth the wait, though. I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciate that I didn't have to know the rule of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves slowly. And I can't read that. KL, maybe? But yeah, no, Allison, it's good to see you. Welcome on in. My Discord has definitely been more lively lately, and I'm very happy, so thank you to everybody. Tristega gifting out that sub to Hey Allison B. Thank you so much, Tristega. Allison, you know the drill. Do something nice for somebody else. Please consider paying it forward. I greatly appreciate it. Alright, so there's a game in there. Good to know. Alrighty. Well, I'm glad I checked out that note. Okay, I do think we are stuck. I don't think there's anywhere else I can go. So that's good to know. We'll have to figure that out later. But we will call it a day. You'll wait to find the rooms or estate as well as your current inventory will have been reset. Yep, we will call it a day. Oh, there you go, Raynella. Hell yeah. Actually going to comment in the Discord and saw you were live. Well, I appreciate it, Allison. Thank you. Very nice for you to stop in. So, it is West Wing favored for this. So that's good to know. We will save and continue. Try again. Oh, I'm an idiot. I just realized I had my directions mirrored. East would have been that way, west is that way. Okay. Got it. Okay. Here we are, day 2. Same note. West Wing is more likely to be locked. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 footprint. When you no longer have any footprints left.
Warning.
Bartender! Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, Raiders. Blacksmith, welcome on in. Hi, guys. We're in the middle of solving a puzzle here. Gail, good to see you. Femzy, hello. Jammed Tomb, welcome back. It's good to see you. Mama Humbug, hello. Welcome on in. Sorry, you two were just saying hi to everybody. But welcome on in, regulars. Hope you're doing well. Silly, thank you so much for the raid. Bartender, how was your stream? Hope you had a great time. Penwood, good to see you. Welcome back. Too tired to continue and you must call it a day. Okay, sounds good. I missed that earlier. Failing perception rolls. Alright, let's try the East Wing. So we've got a nook or a corridor. Stream was great. You started your Dirge run. Oh, hell yeah. Well, I hope it's going well. Thank you again for sharing your community, guys. If you don't know who I am, my name's Shenzo the Lost. Variety streamer here on Twitch. And we're currently playing through Blueprints for the first time. If you like what you see, you want to hang out, please drop a follow. Easiest and freest way to support any streamer on the platform. But Bartender, thank you so much for sharing your community. Raynella says, yes, Bar. Hell yeah. Yeah, Dirge is pretty awesome. I hope you have a great time. Yeah, Gail, so this is called Blueprints. It's a roguelike puzzle game. And it's very interesting so far. We're literally on day 2, so this is our second run. We got trapped last time. But we're going through the corridor. You're a dirge all the time. This is true. Ranilla is 100% a dirge. Alright, so we can get the utility closet, a bedroom, or a closet. I kind of want to keep things going. I don't want to, you know, block anything yet, so we'll try the bedroom. And again, here is the, here's the chest. So it looks like the layout is going to be the same each time when you pick different rooms, so that's good to know. All this looks very familiar. Playing a Dwarf Hexblade with Bladesinger Gale, Arcane Archer, Karlach, and Death Cleric Shadowheart. There you go. Well, I hope your run goes well, bartender. All right, so we got a laboratory, a nook, or the guest bedroom. Let's try a nook here.
I sure could use a drink.
Silly, thank you so much for redeeming that drink. Greatly appreciated. You got all the damage dealers. There you go. Look, they can't defend if they're dead. Right, bartender? Alright, so we got a key. Yep, okay, so we already found that note, so that's good. We got a key. Just taking a look to see if there's any other note or anything of note here. Alright, you have a great rest of your night, bartender. Thank you so much for the raid. And, much appreciated. Alright, we got a storeroom, a hallway, or the breaker box. So let's see, if we go the hallway, part of that would be blocked off. Let's kind of stack up on keys again. I hate to lock this out so quickly, but it looks like this is pretty standard, so I may want to mix things up next time. Femzy, it's good to see you. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Allison says, I got a giant oversized beanbag for your PS5 gaming setup. It was an excellent investment. Hell yeah. Love to hear that. Alright. And yeah, this way it doesn't block off one of our areas. So let's go over here. Now, as remember, the west wing, which is the direction we're going in now, is more likely to be locked. We've got the parlor, which we had the game we already tried. We have the commissionary, which has items for sale, or the pantry. Let's go with the parlor for now. And as a reminder, this has the game with at least one is true and one is false, and only one has the prize. This statement appears on another box. The blue box is empty. This statement appears on another box. Okay, well, those are the two truths, so this is the lie. The blue box, once again, will have our prize. Man, look at that. I'm great at this, huh? Heard a lot about this game, like how the puzzles are too subtle and intricate that even the smallest detail could be important for some other puzzle in a far-off room. Yeah, that definitely seems to be the impression I'm getting. Gonna make a Dark Urge, Deep Gnome, Bard, or Rogue. There you go, Raynella. But yeah, there have been a lot of, like, really subtle hints so far, and I'm sure I've already missed stuff, so I imagine I've missed more things. But we have a notepad over here. Ooh, we could get the observatory. This is a new room. Cross between an escape room and Clue. Seems that way. Yeah, let's try this observatory. I want to try it since we picked it up. We got the gem. So we get one of that thingy-mabobber. Oh, so we are cell shading. You know it. I'm glad I decided to try it out. Boudoir. I do forget. Sorry, guys. It's funny. Okay, I'm glad you guys appreciate it. I did used to be much better at pronunciation, but that was a long time ago. The fixed stars. This book contains a complete star base, a list of constellations, and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each other. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky at any given day, a number of different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. Solid base for astronomy. So we got the North Star, which is 1 gold. The twins, which have been added to the entrance hall. The slice, which is plus 3 steps. So if we find the twins, 2 trunks, the slice will give us 3 steps. 1 gem for the Southern Cross. Farmer's Apple. Clavis the Key. Draxus the Dead. Sail. So I guess it's depending on what we see will be available, huh? Oh, right, I gotta move it over a little bit. Alright. Let's check what we see. North Star. Gain 1. Straightforward enough. Reminds me of the game the boys played today, Myst. Played an earlier incarnation or tried to back in the AOL dial-up days. It did not go well. Yeah, we played Myst here on the channel a while ago, like a long time ago. I don't have a recording or anything of it, but yeah. Could be fun. I do recommend it. It's a fun puzzle game. Alright, drawing room. I think this will be worth it. Alright, connected that room as well, which is kind of nice. The only downside is it now leaves us with only 1 route. So hopefully we don't get a... Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans, from which you must select 1 to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. Eternal buffering circle that is now the circle of death. Facts. Yeah, I remember dial-up. I am old enough for dial-up. Alright, we got the hallway or the pantry. We can redraw floor plans because we're in this room. I don't know. I kind of don't mind the hallway. It gives a lot of options, and we do have some keys, so I'm not super worried about it. So I think we'll just stick with the hallway. All right. We'll head to the West Wing. So we got the commissary. We got security. Ooh, that's interesting. Or the guest bedroom. I think security is probably the way to go here. It's a room we haven't had before. So, I think we're going to go security. Oh, we get a cutscene. Thank you, Gail. I try to say, yep, I'm old. I know, right? Blacksmith says, I found a reverse city builder that quickly becoming a new favorite game. You take a wasteland and turn it into a healthy ecosystem. Blacksmith, shoot me a DM with that game title, or share it here. I said commissary. I could have sworn I said commissary, but maybe I did. Terra Nil. Interesting. I've never heard of it. Cameras. Cameras everywhere. I did say it right. Okay, that's good. The first time I said commissionary? Oh god, it's Inception. It's available via Netflix. Interesting. Blue memos are true, red memos are lies. Okay, I'm gonna make a note of that. Been alternating between Roller Coaster Tycoon on the Switch and Astrobot and Mortal Kombat. That's quite a rotation, Allison. Making a note. Got it. Roller Coaster Tycoon is fantastic. I still go back and play that every now and then. I actually think I have the first 3. So you view inventory of all items currently in the house. Okay, until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to gain entry. Okay. It's also $25 on Steam. Okay, cool. Good to know. Started playing one of those store simulator games. You didn't like it because it's just too much like real work. Spent all your time trying to keep the shelves stocked. That's fair, Mama Humbug, for sure. Raynell, you don't need to pin that. I have a note here. You don't need to pin that, but thank you. Okay. Keyword access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Okay, so higher locked door percentage, just like the West Wing. Unless was the West Wing note red? I don't remember. First week of December, payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically as your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call. It is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security and lab. Okay, so we have terminals. Making another note here. At lab plus security. Alright. And they don't give us the password. Could you reread the red notice? Yeah. So it says, until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to gain entry. So we have another memo that says all red memos are lies. So that means that the antechamber is locked and it requires access levels. Levers, not levels. Levers. Sorry, English is hard. And here's the terminal. So there is 1 trunk so far. And the keycard security system is currently operational. Interesting. So we have the ability to change the keycard system settings. I don't know how I feel about that, if I'm going to be completely honest. Let's leave it at medium for now. This mode determines the default setting of the security doors will be set to if power is lost. Offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working on the estate. Oh, so remember how we had the breaker? So I imagine you could turn off power, and then that would disable the security doors, and you could set them to. So if you set them to unlocked here, it would unlock them if you turn off the power. So I think the advantage of this is that if you find the security doors, you can up the security level if you have the breaker early. So we passed on the breaker, so we don't have it, but that's good to know for future reference. Log into network. I don't have the terminal password because it was scratched out, so we'll have to pass on that. But good to know. We can find, maybe the terminal password will be in the lab. Okay, so real quick, guys, I'm going to take a quick break and use the bathroom. So YouTube, we'll be right back. Twitch, hang tight. Hey YouTube, welcome back. You guys know how it is. Nature calls and all that fun stuff. But here we are. Making our way downtown. Alright, so we can get the closet here, which has 2 items. That could be very useful. We can get the den, which would give us another gem. We can't get the nursery because, well, we're not here. So I say we get the den so we can get some other rooms, potentially. And then, of course, we can get that extra gem to help unlock some rooms as well. So we'll get that gem. Gem. All right. So we can get the kitchen, the closet, or the shop. Whenever you enter the chapel, you lose a 1 gold. We don't have a lot this time around. Okay, good to know. You have to draft. Once you've drawn them, you have to draft it. Say in the kitchen? Okay, let's get the kitchen. So this will be a good place to get some more footprints if we need it. Hey, here's that utility closet. I think this would be a great place for it. So now we have the breaker box here. So we can turn off the keycard entry system. The garage is turned off, and then there's a switch missing. So let's turn the power on there. VAC indicators. We'll turn off the keycard entry system. Yeah, cabinet. Okay. So, let's go through this door and see what we draw. Spare room. Lavatory. And we can't do the nursery. I say we get the spare room here. Doesn't really offer us a ton, but, you know. Alright. Passageway, but we don't have enough gems. I think this is probably our best option. I don't like it, but I feel it's our best option. And every time we walk in, we lose money. You didn't miss Tanner. Tanner's here. He's just off camera. But he is here. He's laying down right now. Mostly because I have food. But he's here. Alright. I know, right? It's very fitting, Anna. Very fitting. Alright, that door's locked. Let's hang on to that key for now. Alright, we got the dining room, the dark room. Oh, that's ominous. Or a closet. I don't feel like the closet's a good place for that. Like, even the dining room's not a great choice there, so maybe we should go back down through the hallway? Oh no, we don't have a choice. I guess let's put the dark room there. Yeah, could be useful for developing film down the line, so we'll put it there. And that way it also gives us another way into the hallway without having to go too far around. But, unfortunately, that does mean that if we want to advance, we always have to go through here, which kind of sucks. Alright, let's use one of our keys. Keys on the lime. We got the East Wing Hall. I think that's a good option here. So we're at rank 4. And I think that, yeah, the ranking is here. So rank 1, 2, 3, 4. Secret passageway leads to a room of color of your choice. Dang, we don't have a diamond, though. Pantry would give us some money, which could be nice. Or the dining room. Honestly, none of these are really good choices. Like, the secret passage would be great, but we don't have a diamond. Secret tunnel through the mountain. Secret tunnel. I think we'll go with the pantry. I think this is the best option. And we'll take that apple. Not as good as an orange, but we'll take it. Give us a couple extra footsteps. Alright, we only really have one way forward. Let's hope we draw some decent stuff here. Door's locked. Imagine a house like this in real life. How do you like them apples? Well, I can't say I care for it too much if I'm being honest, but I'll take it, you know? Alright. The boudoir? Boudoir, right? I got that right this time, huh? I'm gonna butcher that every time, I swear. Boudoir. Okay. I'll get it someday. I used to be really good at that. That was a long time ago, though. Alright, we still don't have the code, and I don't feel like trying to brute force it. So we will move on. And this is going to end our run. We drew poorly. Well, we did get 2 diamonds. Mispronounce things all the time. You're taking a Googling words while you read. Fair enough, Anna. Oh, there's a hamster. That's cool. Hello, Mr. Hamster. Oh, and he's on his wheel. Man, the fact that they took time to animate this makes me very happy. Ugh. Yeah, unfortunately, there isn't a way forward. We got locked out here. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys, I will not have to share my room, and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but today will be a good day because he is at camp. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside, but I got it back, and if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday, and I'll make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need any presents because I have my brother's book because he won't stop writing about me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book. Even though he is older, he is a crybaby. Usually people who read a lot tend to mispronounce words because they've only ever seen them in print. You have mispronounced a lot of words in my day. Fair enough, Mama. It's alright, house pantry was 3 doors down from the kitchen. True. Today's a good day because today my brother returns from college and I finally get to return to him the book that I took from him a long, long time ago. Hopefully you find it as hilarious as I do. I honestly have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things being said, I wouldn't have it any other way. I still would have rather had a sister. Congrats on the diploma and welcome home. Simon. Interesting. Just checking to see if there's anything else I missed here. Let's go take a look at the safe again. This Texan is implying that there's something here. But the thing is, I don't have a, I don't have the code. Hey, Transpath, welcome in. Good to see you. Gotta see if the Atari still works. Well, I can't click on anything. Hello, Mr. Hamster. Oh, you're good, Sexton. You're good. We can't advance anyway, so... Yeah, so the big thing is we don't have the code. Well, let's go check out the dark room at least. It's the one room we haven't explored yet. Oh, look, the power went out. Yep, so I think we're stuck. One time we lost power because a squirrel got into the transformer. That sounds amazing. And by that I mean awful. So there's one trunk. All right. I don't have anything else. Chad, is there anything else we should do? Because there's literally no extra door for us to go through moving forward. You guys think? Can you guys think of anything or any suggestions? No spoilers, of course, but even if it's a hint, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Transpath, congratulations! That's awesome! So YouTube, real quick, Transpath just said that the Transpath Foundation is a fully legitimate, got all your paperwork, and now they can operate. That's incredible. Congratulations. That's great news. A lot of hard work, I imagine, into that, but way to go. Was there anything in the dark room? Not that I could see. The lights did go out. So I didn't see anything there. And yeah, Sexton, answer your question. Yes, you have to pay a coin every time you go in there. Which is why I was like, ugh, I really don't want to create that as the only line, but we didn't have a choice, so... Yeah. But Transpat, that's incredible news. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Way to go. Silly, you are not wrong. It is indeed the dark room. Yeah, the whole thing with that is that when you pick a what's it called? When you pick a room in the dark room, you can't see what it is. So that one was a rustic villa. There should have been a red light somewhere. I didn't see it, but it could have very easily been something I overlooked. All right, day 3. But it was cool that we found the security room though. So yeah, here's the room directory. The goal is to find room 46. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so it says here, due to a faulty installation, the save lights often overload their circuit capacity and blow a fuse. Okay. Let's try again. We'll go west. So we can get the utility closet immediately, or we can get a hallway or a normal closet. Let's try to get those items right away. Two keys. A silver key. Unlocking a door with the silver key leads to a room with many doors. Wow, that actually is pretty big. So we got 2 keys immediately, including the silver one, which is kind of nice. So I think that was worth it. Okay, we've got a nook, a corridor, or the chapel immediately. Oof. Well, we don't have any money, so let's put this here early. Because now we can go through it without any punishment. And we can keep the corridor for later in areas where it's more likely to be locked. Oh, sorry, silly. Too late. All right, let's go with the parlor here. We've already done this game a couple times. Okay. The gems are on the floor. Well, that's obviously false. Well, let me take a look. I say that, and of course, this time the gems are going to be on the floor. The gems are in this box, and the gems are on the desk. Well, they're not on the desk. They're not on the floor. Silly, it's all good. It's all good. So I'm assuming this is correct. Yay, we got the gems. Sweet. Okay. But Silly, I do appreciate chat input. I really do. Alright, so we've got the bedroom, the storeroom, or the kitchen. I kind of want to hang on to the gems, and we don't really need food right now, so I'm kind of leaning towards the bedroom just to keep things moving. That's kind of my thought process. Because if we put the storeroom here, it blocks this off. So the storeroom's useful, but maybe we could use that later since it's more common. It will probably come up again. So I'm thinking bedroom, just because I don't really want to spend a gem right now, and this will help us gain some additional footprints in the bedroom, so I figure this is the way to go. But, oh, interesting. We don't have a trunk here for the first time since we loaded this one. But look, there's an apple. That's kind of cool. All right, sounds good, Rabbit. Be safe. I have no idea who that is. So it's good to know. Don't get complacent just because you've been in a room before. That's what this lesson is here, everybody. All right. Next one, we have the terrace. Oh, I think this is really good to get early. Green rooms do not cost gems to draft. That's really good to get early, because that'll save us a lot of money in the long run. Yes, will it block off this route? Yes, it will. But I think that's a fair trade. I think that's a fair trade, for sure. Getting the terrace this early. I think that's awesome. Yeah, there you go, silly. It is No Fucks Friday. We got an orange. Hell yeah. It is fancy. Very fancy. And then we get an additional +2 for coming in the bedroom, which is kind of nice. And we go back in the parlor, which we already explored. Still don't have any money, so we can cut through here, no problem. And we have a den, a nursery, or the guest bedroom. The den will open up more options, and it will give us another gem. So I think this is the way I want to go right now. And there's a trunk here, which we do have a key, so we could open that, but I think it's wiser if we hang on to the keys long term. I think we need to hang on to those more than gather the gems that are probably in that trunk. Because so far, all the trunks we've opened, it's all been gems in there, or coins, I should say. Not necessarily gems, but coins. So I think it's probably better if we keep it this way. All right, now we can get the utility closet, the storeroom, or the commissary. Yeah, English is hard. Commissary could be nice. Storeroom or the utility closet would block it off. But what I don't like about this is that it would limit us in our direction. So I think I'd rather go with the storeroom if that was the case. I think just out of these two, I think this is the one I want right now. Get the storeroom. Although the utility closet also could be helpful because we could unlock the security doors like we did last time. Theoretically. Is there a Discord link you can get? Yeah, exclamation point Discord, Transpath. Should have a link right there for you. Alright, I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm going to go to the utility closet. Oh, there you go, Vin. That's relationship goals. Oh, you know, we can turn off the power in the dark room? Man, that's good to know for next time. I need to pay more attention to that. We want to leave this on because we haven't found the security room yet. And then the VAC indicators. I don't know what this is. Like, AC obviously makes me think air conditioning, but what's V for? What's the V? Does anyone know? Am I just dumb? Because I know it's HVAC, right? So it's heat, oh, it's ventilation. Ventilation, haha! I figured it out, chat. Aren't you proud of me? Ventilation indicators. Well, let's turn them on, see what happens. Ventilation, so it's, yeah, ventilation and air conditioning indicators. So, let's turn them on. See what happens. Typing it as you said it. Thank you, Allison. Every now and then, I have my moments. But I was sitting there, I'm like, yeah, it's heat. What else is it? Okay, so we get the nursery, the pantry, or the spare room. I don't really feel like drafting the nursery here, just because this would block it off, and it would basically force us to only have one route to advance. Spare room would take us up to level 4. Pantry would take us to the right. And would give us money. I'm only hesitant to grab the pantry because if we need to turn around, we'd have to go back through the chapel, and I don't know if that's worth it. So I'm going to pick the spare room here. Just again, double checking to make sure there isn't anything here. Okay, we've got the courtyard, the storeroom, or the guest bedroom. I'm going to pick the courtyard here. Because it's free now. Terrace already paying dividends. And look at this, guys. The sledgehammer's here. So we can go back and we can shatter the trunk that I believe was in the den. So let's go do that. So we still have plenty of steps, and we're still kind of figuring this out. Alright, you have a great night, Raynella. Oh, hey, look! There's some different stuff in here. So we got a compass to draw floor plans leading north more frequently. That's appropriate. And a map. Alright, and so the treasure is over there. X marks the spot. Which we can get there through the courtyard. You know, I'm an idiot. I should have taken a closer look at what was in the trunk. But, oh well. We don't have the shovel, so can't dig anything up there. We've got the nook. A storeroom or the guest bedroom. I guess we'll take the nook here. This is going to be like Minesweeper. God, I hope not. How awkward would that be if I just hit a mine, blow up, and get a game over? Yep, alright, so already saw that note. Just double checking. Double checking. Double checking. Corridor, always left unlocked. Drawing room, we may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. I do feel that the drawing room could be very useful. Let's hang on to the corridor again. We'll take the drawing room. Just checking it to see if there's anything I can interact with. Yeah. Okay. Already got that note. Alright. Let's take a look at the treasure map. So, that is on 4. No, it's on level 5, which is this one. So we've got the kitchen, or the pantry, or the office. I'm going to redraw the floor plans here. Passageway, hallway, guest bedroom. I think, because there's supposed to be the treasure there, I think I want to go with the passageway here. Yeah, I agree, Mama Humbug. Minesweeper was real life. I would be scattered over 3 or 4 states. Me too. Me too. I'm with you. All right. I don't want to use the special key here, so we'll just use a normal key. Storeroom or guest bedroom. Either one of these I think could be pretty good. I don't want to use the dining room here. I don't feel the dining room's the way to go here. Storeroom would give us an extra diamond, which we need. So I'm going to go storeroom. It'll replace the key we got, so we get a net 0 there. We get 1 coin, which is fine as long as we don't have to go backwards. And then we have the treasure map. This looks like the spot. Now to find something to dig with. So we need to find a shovel. We don't have a shovel yet. Alright. We have a lot of options here, thankfully. So let's try to go down here. Less chance of this door being locked. And of course it's locked. Shenzo, don't jinx it, my dude. Come on. I don't think it's a good idea to use keys going backwards, because it's more likely that doors will be locked as we go north. As we learned the hard way. So here, I think I want to use the special key here. For those that don't know, the silver key we've got, when we use it, it will lead to a room with many doors. So I figure if we're going to use it, going north is not a bad option. Given that there is a possibility for 3 additional doorways here still, I think this is the place to use the, silver key. It's either here or it's the draft room. But the thing with the draft room is the draft room gives us that reroll, I think. So I think that this is the place to use it. Chamber of Mirrors. The weight room. That is brutal. You lose half your footsteps? Ouch. And then, or the dining room. I think the Chamber of Mirrors is the way to go, because you can now draft second copies of rooms you already have in your house. I think that could be very useful with some of the ones we have. So I think Chamber of Mirrors is the way to go here. Oh boy. All right. Chat, YouTube, I'm sorry. Tanner wants to go out. I'm going to pause real quick to go let him out. So I will be right back. Welcome back, YouTube. We are here. We are in the mirror room, and it looks like when you open up this, when you press the button, it opens up a different room. So unfortunately, we can't advance because this isn't here. So it looks like there are ways to like open up the different doors and things like that here, but we cannot advance, which is unfortunate, but good to know for the future. Good chance we can do so later. So let's move up through the drawing room again, and we'll try our luck. All right, so we've got the parlor, the den, or the guest bedroom. I mean, the parlor or the den, I feel just for where this is located, I think the den is the way to go here, just because it gives us another area to check, and plus it gives us a nice little diamond. No trunk, though, so we don't get bonus items. But now we're here in the mirror room, which is good, and we can open it up, which will open up that location. I know it's going to use up quite a bit of footprints, but I think footsteps, I should say. But I think this is worthwhile to check out, especially because we have an orange right here. That will give us 5 more. And okay, good to know. So we're stuck there for now. But all right, let's head back into the den. Well, the second den, I should say. And I guess we'll just advance another level. The sledgehammer only works on trunks, I believe. Unfortunately. So we can get a courtyard or the pantry. Yeah, I feel we've been putting the pantry off for a bit. Let's drop it here. Because this will give us an apple, which will give us some more steps. Give us some coins. And I think we'll be good to go. Can't climb the ladder. Worth a try. Alright, this door is locked. We have 2 keys. I think we should use one here. So we can get the parlor, the bunk room, or the spare room. I think the parlor is the way to go here because it would give us another access to the Chamber of Mirrors. And the nice thing is that even though, yes, this does go circular, one of the nice things about this is that we can get some more diamonds from this room, and potentially we could go out through the other Chamber of Mirrors, or we could go back down to the courtyard and go up that way. So we still have a lot of different areas we can cover, so I feel kind of okay about, you know, potentially locking us out here. Especially since, again, we get another 2 potential diamonds, which could unlock some good stuff. And look, an apple! And there's the wind-up key. Alright, here's the parlor game. Gems are not in the white box or the blue box. Gems are in both the blue box and the black box. Okay, so that one's false, because we know it's only in one, according to the rules of the game. And then gems are in both the black box and the white box. Okay, so the only one that's true is this guy. So it's not in the white or the blue box. Boom. Got it. Alright, and now we move in here. And look at that. Pretty sweet. That opens up that one. And that opens up that one. So it looks like if we want to get to that area, we have to go out and around, huh? So we got to go back through the den. Which, honestly, all things considered, really isn't that bad. So let's go do that. And then we can also open this up, potentially. West Wing Hall. Oh, we found the garage! That could be useful. I think let's do the West Wing Hall, though, to give us maximum options. Plus, it'll also drop another room that we've never got before. Staff notice, June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask the staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, any staff may draft something else. Okay. Let's go back in through the den, though. We'll go back around through the den so we can fully open up the Hall of Mirrors. So yeah, now we can go here. Get that orange. And okay, so it's not perfect. We didn't get the centerpiece. Oh, actually, did we? I see. That's interesting. It is the Room of Mirrors. A puzzle within a puzzle. Fascinating. This might be something we have to check out later. Oh, I went in the wrong room like a dummy, and it cost me an extra step. "13 ghosts, yeah, right?" Okay. Let's go back in here and we'll go just continue our journey, I suppose. Alright, we got another key. Let's use it. Corridor. Guaranteed to be unlocked. I say we take it. We've been saving it for a while. You okay? okay there, kiddo? Sorry, Tanner's licking his paw a lot, so I'm just want to double check him real quick. Yeah, he's good. He's just bored, I think. That's all. Okay. Courtyard could be very useful here. Nook would give us an extra key we don't have, though. I think we go with the Nook. Get that extra key. Make sure we have something. Because this door could have been locked. Okay, we have security. We have another corridor or the observation. Or I'm sorry, the observatory. Or we can get an additional star, which can give us more bonuses in the long term. I kind of feel like security's the way to go here. Just because that can be very, very useful. But the observatory I don't think is a bad pick either. Either way, if we pick, no matter which one of these we pick, it's going to be a long trek back. I'm going to go security. Because now we can set the key system offline mode to unlocked. And then we can also raise the security level as well. Because I think we can manipulate this. So there are 5 coins that we can get that we have yet to collect. It's probably in one of the things with the chest, if I'm going to be honest. I probably just overlooked it. This is the farthest rank we've ever made. And here's the laboratory, which is another room we've never had. I think we got to go to the laboratory here. We've never made it this far. And it has the other terminal, so maybe the password's in here somewhere to access the network. This machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room. Okay. We haven't found the boiler room yet. Periodic table of elements. Okay, this is going to be important here. I don't know why. But it will be. Could be the safe code, but I don't think so because it has a 10 and 11 and a 12. Like, why is the 3 with hydrogen, right? Like, this is number 1 on the periodic table, not 3. So, I think there's probably a puzzle in here of some kind. I don't know where, but let's take a look. We'll come back to it. I typically work over at Cinca Labs, but got sent over here for a month to assist more with the new turbine tests. I think I need some help. For the past 3 days, I've been unable to find the laboratory on the estate. Today was the first success on that front. Anyone tell me if this is typical, and if so, how do you get any work done? Before I arrived, I was briefed on the way the doors work, but I must admit, I did not expect to be excluded from my new workstation for the first week. Any tips from my fellow technicians would be appreciated. Kimberly Thompson. That was my thought as well, is that there's probably a puzzle or something in here that results on you have to entering the correct elements or symbols. Heating and cooling curves. H2O melting point at 0.1 ppt to 0.5 ppt. I feel like this is going to be important, but I don't know what to make a note of here. I also don't know what's a red herring or not. Yeah, so here we go. Allison, I think you're right with the symbols being the code. So we have to remember where everything is located and then the number order, and it probably spells something out. So I remember 3 was H, hydrogen, right? So I'm going to take some notes here. I think it went up to 12, right? We had 12 symbols. 3 was hydrogen. So again, I don't know how this is relevant or why. I'm just looking around the room to make sure I don't miss anything. Already failed a couple of perception checks, I'm sure. There's another terminal here. Oh, and a red note. Let's just see if it gives me anything. Experiment setup. When you draft a red room, lose 5 steps, and then... Okay, whenever you draft a shop room... Let's spread dirt on the driveway. Research log. Okay. And log into network. Alright, since this is false, email can be accessed... cannot be accessed by the security terminal. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Well, silly, that would be true, except for that you can't access email on the terminal. So I'm making a note there. Alright, so we need the boiler room there. Okay, number 1 is 6 on the bottom there. So we have bottom row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's PU. Excellent way to start, right? Okay. Number 2. 4 on the 3rd row. Am I winning? Good question, Rabbit. Get back to you. 3rd row, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's S. Okay. Number 4. Second on the very last row. I also have push. Yep, thank you, Silly, for keeping track of it. So, TH. I'm assuming that the next one is going to have an E. 5 is going to be an E. Push the. Right? So, ER maybe? I'm just taking a guess. Five. Nope, I was wrong. So that is... Alright, 7 elements on the second to last row. Yeah. Okay. Before the split. This is correct, right? RE? For 5? Just gonna double check that. Yep, 7 on the second to last row. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on that row, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. EU. I'm gonna have to double check all this, but push 3. Okay, 7 is right next to 4. 4 is TH, so that's PA. Push 3 up. Yeah, 7's right next to 4. Okay, number 8. Okay. Eight is F, right? Yeah, F, and then 12 is the one next to it. So F for 8, 12 for neon, and E. Alright, and then we need 9, 10, and 11. So 9 and 11 are right next to each other. Second bottom row on that one. And then 10 is the bottom one over there. Okay. Let's see if I got this right. So TE for 9 and 11. And then 10 is RN, I think. Yeah, so 10. RN. 11 is I. And TE. Okay. Just double checking my work here. Yeah, so 9 and 11, so RN, 11 is I, TE. So I have push 3 up after 9. So 9, then 3. Push 3 up after 9. But yeah, we don't have power because we don't have the boiler room yet. So we will need to figure that out. Just double checking to make sure I didn't miss anything. Hang on, sorry guys, gotta check this. Okay, have to check that afterwards. Oh, there we go. A broken lever. Yeah, that's what I'm checking here. So there is this thing about a note about the boiling point of water, which could be important. There was a broken lever that I missed that I just picked up. So I'm just double checking all of this here. So yeah, I think we'll need to have to come back to this. Because yeah, you see how this is pointing towards this puzzle? So I think that this puzzle is for the lab puzzle. But we need to activate the boiler room first. We ran the experiment. We don't have access to the network yet because we haven't found the password. So we've gone around, we've checked everything there. I'm just going to check everything here. And we can't move forward because we don't have access. We need to find a shovel. Sorry, it's my phone going off. But okay, we did it. Just looking over my notes real quick. So the boudoir has the coded safe. We haven't found the code yet. We haven't got the billiard room, which has a game in it. We know that blue memos are true and red memos are lies. The antechamber is locked and needs levers, which we just found a broken one, so we need to repair that somewhere. Security doors need a key card. The more north you go, the higher the locked door percentage is. And of course, the west wing has a higher chance to be locked. And that's because we found a note in there that said, hey, you know, this is it. All right. We're making good progress, everybody, but now we have a long way to go back. We don't have any keys, so we need to go all the way back to the courtyard to have a shot. So we're going to lose quite a lot of steps here. I can understand why the bedroom is so valuable, because it will gain some steps along the way, and then maybe having guest rooms and stuff like that, but I also feel we didn't really have a lot of choice. Hey, Canucks, welcome on in. Good to see you. Something about boiling point of water, 212 or 100. Yeah, so it was the point of water like between ice and steam, which I don't know how relevant that's going to be now. I can almost make out that password for the terminal. Almost, but not quite. But Canucks, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Let's take a look and see, because we only added the lab, so let's just take a look at the estate inventory here. So just 5 coins. We haven't missed much so far. Double checking, or we leave the room, because we're probably not coming back for a while. I don't see anything else. God, if this is going to get into specific heat and stuff like that, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. That's a little tipsy with Colt 45s? Hell yeah. Well, as long as you're taking care of yourself, Canucks, that's all I care about. Alright. Let's head back. I'm just going to recheck every room we're in because I'm paranoid. And I've already missed a couple perception checks anyway. Already read that note. Alright, here we are back in the corridor. West Wing Hall. Mirror chamber, or chamber of mirrors. Taking years a relative term, of course, got to be up at 6:30 a.m. for blood work tomorrow at 7:15, and it's 8:36. Well, you definitely take care of yourself, okay? If you need to go to bed early, if you can, and, yeah, get that work done. Hopefully it'll help out a bit. Alright, let's see. Trying to double check all this. Yeah, I definitely feel you on the blood work, getting up early. I do that every day, so I feel you. Alright, we made it back to the courtyard. We don't have the shovel yet. This was not locked. So we can either do the corridor, the guest bedroom, which that would be awesome because that would give us 10 additional steps, or the spare room. I kind of want to hang on to the guest bedroom, but having it here, this feels like a pretty good halfway point. And we still have some other rooms we can go cross, so I don't know. I'm a little torn on this one. I think I'm going to go with the corridor here, just so it's guaranteed to be unlocked. So we'll have at least one more room. And maybe I'll try to get the guest bedroom somewhere else. I don't know. I'm just worried about trapping ourselves if we use the guest bedroom here. Might have been a waste of a corridor, but I think this could be worthwhile. Hallway, bedroom, spare room. No nutrition checks. Okay, that's good. Just make sure you wake up, okay, Canucks? That's all I can ask of you, my friend. Alright, I think we should use the bedroom here. This will give us one every time we go through here, which will be good. So that'll at least help us recoup some losses. No mirror. Odd. And that's locked. Okay. Let's head back. We gotta head all the way back down to the entrance hall. Glad we played it safe there. Because we don't have a key. Since we're here, let's turn off the key card system. I think we'll be okay other than that. I haven't noticed anything for the ventilation air conditioning indicators since we turned those on. Gonna lose some money here. And we are back in the entrance hall. Rumpus room, storeroom, pantry. Well, we actually only have one choice here. Because anything else and we dead end ourselves. So we gotta go to the rumpus room. We've never been in this room. Could VAC stand for variable angle camera? It could. It could. I mean, I am assuming it's ventilation and air. So, you know, that's a good point. Maybe it turned on the cameras. Oh, we've got a whole bunch of money. So that's good. Short for vacuum, actually. We can insert a coin to see the future. Yeah, why not?
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
I mean, that would be nice, yes.
The image is becoming clear. I see a boy standing on a shore of white sand. He is looking for something he was told he would not find. I see a black cat tied to a red flag. I hear the wind blowing, but the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon, a door that is always locked, yet has no key. It is the door you have been searching for, yet will not find. A lost room beyond the dark waters. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Okay. So black cat, red flag. Door with a crescent moon. Those were kind of the two big things, right? I agree. It doesn't look like it's in the house. It looks like it's he said beyond the dark water. So I'm just going to make some notes on that. Yeah, no, absolutely, Silly. The VAC could mean a lot. We don't know for sure. But generally on the breaker, it does stand for ventilation, air conditioning. Generally speaking. Not always. But it looks like when you find our friend Alzara, maybe he'll give different hints the more often we talk to him. All right. I think this is where... Unfortunately, I think this is where this run ends, barring some crazy insanity. Because we were not given a room that goes anywhere. Dang. Because the only doors we have left are locked and we have no key. So we can gamble. Maybe the laboratory. Or the lavatory, I should say. has a key in it. We could try the guest bedroom, which we've never placed, or we could go with the observatory. Yes, it does, but if you look at our map, it goes into where the utility closet is, which would block off the door. So it's a dead end no matter what we do here. The advantage is we would get an additional star, and the more stars we get, the better rewards we get when we get to the observatory, which is kind of nice. But the flip side of that is we could do the guest room, which potentially could have a container that we could break open. So that's kind of what I'm going is I'm trying to think, do we go with the observatory and we get the star, or do we take a gamble with the guest room and at least put it down, because I don't think we've put it down before. I don't think the bathroom is honestly going to offer us anything. It's a red room. I'm pretty sure the red rooms only exist for negatives in this game. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure they're the equivalent of dead draws in a roguelike. So I don't normally gamble, but it's no fucks Friday. So I'm going to go with what Silly's saying. Let's go with the guest bedroom and take a gamble. It's a room we've never done before. Oh my gosh! The gamble paid off! We found a key! Silly, I'm giving you full credit. Just so you know. Full credit. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note. Thanking you for the weekend. Oh, so we did get this already. Okay. There we go, TechWiz. Okay, and on top of that, it gave us 10 more steps. I think we should go back up to the bedroom and unlock that door, rather than the door below the passageway. This is a dead end anyway. At least here we have a chance of advancing. So, I think that's going to be the plan. Let me just double check here. Alright, we got a key. Oh, would you look at that? I was wondering where the 5 coins were. Found them. So now I think we found every item available in the house so far. I think. Corridor. Bedroom. Use the key. Pantry or kitchen? Pantry will give us money and some additional steps, but we already have those. I say we go to the kitchen here. We use our last gem. And we also got the experiment successful. So now in the driveway, there's a bunch of dirt. Thank you, Silly, for clipping that. Alright. Interesting. So the water's been turned off. club sandwich. Ooh. How many green rooms do we have? I think we got a couple. We have 2 green rooms in the house. I think getting 10 for 5 is pretty good. Because that's, yeah, 10 for 5 coins. And this is 8 for 15. So this is just below. So the club sandwich is actually the better deal. So let's take the club sandwich. Then they're also offering bananas, which are pretty good. And the main course is only served in the dining room. Alright, we'll stick with that for now, because we might not even be able to advance. Locked. Yep. Alright, we don't have a key. So I think we might be stuck here, ladies and gents. So we don't have a key. I didn't see one anywhere here. We could go to security to check and see if I missed a key, but if we didn't, we're stuck and we have to move on. We have to call it a day. It's a shame because we found the broken lever and everything too. Just taking a quick look around before I leave because we'll never come back. Okay, don't see anything. I will head back to the security room. Just so we can verify, verify that there's no items. Yeah, if we had the shovel, that could have been pretty useful, because we had the buried treasure we didn't find the shovel for. And, we had a couple dirt we could have dug as well. But that's okay. That's the way it goes. I think we had a pretty good run, given that this was our 3rd one. We made it all the way to the lab. Found our first entry point into the, Yep, so we got everything in the house. Dang. It's worth a try. You know what? Nope. Okay. I just thought, I'm like, could work. Because when you look at this note over here where it's scratched out, it starts with an S. So I thought maybe it could be Sinclair, but accessing the network would have been a little too easy, I think, huh? But alright, unless I'm missing something. I think it's time to move on, since we couldn't find a boiler room, unfortunately. We could try a dictionary attack starting with the letter S, right? We might be here a while. Gonna be honest. Might be here a little while. All right. I think what we're going to do, we'll do one more run. We've been going for about 2.5 hours. I know it's starting to get late for our East Coast friends. So we'll end the day here. We'll do one more run and then we'll come back to this. Maybe this will be what I do, maybe this will be my Sunday thing for a little while. Or maybe we'll do a bonus stream. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a bonus day to get it done. But let's call it a day. Yours says 3.5. Yeah, so we've only been, I've been streaming for 3.5 hours, silly, but I've only been playing the game for about 2.5 hours or so. Give or take. So the actual game itself has only been going for about 2.5 hours. Yeah. All good. We had a respectable villa. We found 5 items. We had 6 new rooms, which is kind of cool. So we'll do one more run, and then we'll probably call it a night, okay? Because I know it's getting late for all the East Coast friends. So I don't want to go like too late, because I will be doing this all night if I don't have some measure of self-control. But yeah, maybe, because I don't know how I'm going to work this in with my current schedule, but maybe we'll do it on Mondays, if I'm not hell diving. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I want to play this. I want to keep doing this, because I'm addicted. Because I'm addicted. Okay, here we are. We are back. 24-hour Shenzo stream. Oh, I wish I could do that. I don't think I have the stamina to go 24 hours. Right now, I really don't. Not with my current work schedule. But maybe that'll be a support goal, TechWiz. I don't want to say never, but maybe it'll be a support goal. Okay. Storeroom immediately, the den, or the pantry. I'm going to pick the den here. And here's why. Because it'll maximize the number of level 1 rooms we have. And I think we need to build up a solid foundation. I was debating about the storeroom. Don't get me wrong. That was definitely on my list. Okay, I'm also just checking around, making sure I don't miss anything. Try not to take anything for granted in this game. I do feel we made really good progress on that last run, though. I'm very happy with that. All right, we got a coat check. We can check one item and retrieve it on another day. Oh my gosh, that sounds incredible. All right, Mama Humbug, thank you so much. You have a wonderful evening, okay? Take care. I know it's getting late, so thanks for hanging out with me. Do the clock times match? That's a good question. We'll take a look at that in a second. Man, I think any of these would be good. Getting the coat check here, I think, would be phenomenal, because that would mean if we found the coat check again, I'm assuming, we'd be able to retrieve the item back. Nook would give us a key and can give us another exit point, and then the utility closet I already think is going to be useful in the long run. There really isn't a bad choice here, I think. Let's get the coat check now, because I think the Nook will be useful later, and the utility closet as well. So we'll get the coat check. New room. We don't know what's in here. But it looks like you can ring the bell to check in an item. We don't have an item yet, but knowing that this is here makes me feel pretty good. Yeah, so it looks like... Okay, cool. Okay, so that's all it does. All right, cool. I'm glad we checked, so... All right, cool. So, let's... get here. Bedroom, pantry, and utility closet again. Let's get this utility closet. We'll get both of these closets here. Then Silly wanted to check the times. Looks like the clocks are moving and they are aligned. Silly, is there anything else you wanted me to look at before I leave? Because, yeah, it doesn't look like there's a one of these things is not like the other situation. All of them have the same time, which is programmatically pretty cool. I got to admit, I'm impressed. Yeah. All good. Hey, look, keep throwing out those ideas, Silly. Please keep throwing them out. Makes me think, so I appreciate it. All right, let's go here. Want to save that corridor. Should we knock out the storeroom now? I don't think that's a great idea. Let's get the nook here. We'll get a key and we'll save that. That's the noteworthy note. Got our key. Nothing else in here. Okay, moving on. Security immediately. I like this. Let's go with security. Right off the bat. Now we have access to security. Keycard system. Offline mode. To unlocked. Confirm. Security level. High. And now, hopefully that will give us a higher percentage chance of access later. Alright, these are the same notes. Furnace. Ooh, that seems brutal. Commissary and the pantry. Well, we can't get the commissary, so I might as well get the pantry. I do wish we could rotate the rooms on the way we wanted, but I understand why you can't. Hallway, parlor. Let's go with the parlor here, shall we? Hallway's useful, but I feel the parlor is the way to go. Because now we can get some more gems. As long as I don't, you know, fuck up a logic puzzle, right? Okay. The white box does not have a statement. Well, that's actually true. I was about to say obviously false, but I'm glad I caught myself. The gems are in a box with a statement. So there has to be one true and one false. So that one's true. This one must be false. Let's see if I can logic my way out of this. Boom. I'm the greatest. What can I say? Bedroom, kitchen, storeroom. Putting the bedroom here would lead to a dead end. Same with the storage room. I don't feel we have enough open spots to where I feel comfortable doing this, especially since we have a key. I think we spend the gem and get the kitchen, just to keep this going. And it'll also give us an opportunity for more steps with the menu. Still weird that they had that there and there's no water. We haven't run into anything like that yet. Let's see what's on the menu. Stuffed wild quail, if we have the trophy room. And then our usual banana, tomato soup, and club sandwich, which we don't want right now because we're still really early on. Also, this is making me very hungry. Alright. Drawing room, I think, would be the best choice here. Just because I don't like the idea of us always losing money. And the guest bedroom is nice, but it would create a dead end, which, again, I don't want. So, let's spend our extra gem. Get the drawing room. Let's just look around and make sure there's nothing in here I missed. Dang, I really wish we had a gem. I'm gonna go here for the same reason. I don't like it, but with tomato soup, at least there's a potential benefit to having this room. And a gem! Nice! Good to know that could potentially spawn something. Just checking to make sure there isn't anything else on the floor here. Alright, before we advance too far, let's go backwards. Corridor, I don't want. Guest bedroom could be useful. We could sacrifice money for extra steps. Or the closet, which has a guaranteed 2 items. I think we gotta go with the closet here, right? 2 items, especially since we have the coat check. We can save an item for later once we run out. Got a key. And a weed whacker. Oh, a metal detector. Nice! Man, we will definitely want to check that item in, huh? Once we're done. Don't let me forget, guys. Alright. I don't want to use a key yet. We have other rooms, other options. I figure we should check those out first. Storeroom, bedroom, guest bedroom. I don't feel there's a bad choice here. Let's go with the guest bedroom here. Let's get that bonus 10. 10 steps when you enter it. Coin on the ground. Good to know that you can find money on the ground. And we found keys. Car keys. That could be useful for the garage we found earlier. Remember that? And then this is the same note. Yeah, it's kind of wild how many special rooms we found compared to, you know, like the normal rooms. Like we still got a ways to go here, you know, as far as like finding rooms and stuff, which is exciting because that means that the game isn't. The game still has a lot more mystery for us. Okay, we have a choice here. We can unlock the door above the chapel, or we could go through security. I kind of want to keep security for insurance, so let's go back through the chapel. I know it'll cost us money, but That's okay. And we'll use one of our keys here. West Wing Hall or the garage? We found the car keys. I think we need to go with the garage here, right? Like, I know it's a dead end, but I feel this could be worthwhile. I'm going with the garage. Especially since we've never been in here before. That's a bit tipsy. Hang in there. The drop-off address is 14227 Sandy Heights. That might be the code to the safe. I'm going to write this down. Just in case. 14227 Sandy Heights. Goods are already secure in the trunk, so just unload and get back here before noon. Seen Sinclair's schedule, and I don't think he'll be requesting the car today, but you never know when the cat will want to get some air. Tomorrow will likely be the last delivery, and believe Denny already has payment ready. Okay. Just making a note of that. Upgrade disc. Insert into one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. Oh man, so we have that with security already. That's awesome that we have the security. We can put it into the terminal there. That'll be super useful. Okay, this was very much worth it. Christoph, this is the third time this month you and the car have been gone when your services were required. I don't care how long you have been driving for his lordship. Your absence must be accounted for, Mrs. Babbage. This is the west path. I'm not losing footsteps for this, right? Doesn't look like it. Root cellar? To give more rooms in the house likely to contain dig spots. Special floor plans now cost steps instead of diamonds, or tool shed. I kind of feel like the best thing, since we don't have the shovel yet, is the tool shed. Get those two special items. So we got the shovel. That's useful. Have a good night, Canucks. Thanks for hanging out, bud. Where's Where's the other special item? It says there's supposed to be 2. Sledgehammer! Okay, cool. Alright, so we found everything worthwhile there. That's good. Let's just walk around and explore a little bit more. And okay, now we have unlocked this gate. Yeah, there we go. Sweet, now we have another way in, which is awesome. Okay, that's a pretty neat secret. I didn't even realize. Okay, man. We got the steps. So this is the way out. I don't think we can leave. Private drive. It is allowing us to leave. This is weird. Okay, so we can't go out that gate, but... So this is where we're staying, maybe? Do the rules set forth you're not allowed to stay? May call it a day? Okay. So this is where we are staying. Okay, and we have a 4-digit code to go in there. That's good. And another room here that we can't access. Okay. Yeah, so the steps are counting every time we switch, like, areas. So the private drive, the campgrounds, but this is all good because I didn't know any of this was here before. So this is a really good discovery now, I think. Better to have it now than later, right? Yep, but we have plenty of steps to get there because the nice thing, silly, and the reason why I don't mind exploring this is because we can get back into the entrance hall from here, which is much closer. So it's going to save us some steps that, you know, we wouldn't have seen any of this with if we hadn't taken. So I feel this was worth it, for sure. And we also unlocked that, so now we have a way to go out through the west path in the future. So I think this was worth it. Because, yeah, now we can head to the Nook here. And we can go to that terminal. And insert disk. Okay. So we can do the courtyard to give us gems, 5 dig spots, or we could always have it unlocked. Man, this is tough. The dig spots would be great if I could find the shovel every time, but that's currently not guaranteed. I feel like we often run out of gems, so I think I'm going to do this one. All right. And now we can press on. We have plenty of keys, so... Let's go with the bedroom here, just because the hallway is... I feel like the hallway will be more useful later. Ooh, got some coin purse. Each time you collect 3, you earn an additional 1 in interest. Nice. Okay. There also was something metal in the garage that we could have gone, but I'm not super worried about it. Alright, let's not block ourselves off, so... Udor? We'll do that. There's something metal in here. Key on the ground. Awesome. And then we also have that that code. 14227. Enter. Nope, didn't work. Dang, I was excited. I was hoping that would work. 14227. Enter. Nope. So it is Cinca, though. Just make a note. Because we've seen Cinca mentioned a couple times. So I'm just going to add that to my notes there. Just trying to check and see if maybe the code is in here somewhere. I doubt it. That would be too easy. Oh, wait a minute. They got the new safe for Christmas. $12.25 was the code. Clue was right there the whole time, guys. Alright. Got a gem. Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you've chosen to omit the details of our dear Marion's disappearance from the public record. It's no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible, but I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family name nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifice as she did. But for the love of God, do not, by that same display of weakness, clutch your pretty asset so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid and must be made to see the color of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. It is through your silence you bless this betrayal. Our son Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year. Daniel. Wow, that was rather intense. We can't take this letter with us, can we? I don't think so. Alright. Don't think there's anything else in here, so let's press on. We can get an additional gem with the courtyard. I think that's worth it. Trade 1, get 2. So we'll do that. And because we have the sledgehammer. Nursery, hallway, passageway. Well, the hallway wouldn't be any use here. So, I think the nursery's the way to go. Might be a little late, but I don't think we've ever gotten this room. So, let's check it out. There is something on the ground in this area, though. Or at least something we can retrieve. Key. The Red Prince by Marion Marigold. There once was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. How do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? The story he'd read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said, it was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book we just read. So, the game is called Blueprints, but that's about a red prince. Probably not relevant, you know. Definitely probably not a clue to anything else. Okay, but I've searched this whole area, don't see anything else, so let's go back into the courtyard. And we will unlock the next room. Let's get the East Wing Hall. That'll give us 2 more rooms. Let's go this way and see if this door's unlocked. Walk-in closet for 4 items. A hallway, which again wouldn't be the best use of this, or the corridor, which would guarantee something is unlocked. Let's get greedy. Let's try the walk-in closet. 4 items are in here. Two, 3, and a cupcake for 10. I was hoping we would actually get inventory items, but I suppose beggars can't be choosers. Those gems definitely made this a worthwhile investment. My opinion, anyway. And we got a new room unlocked, which I think is a bonus. And we still have plenty of keys. And plenty of footsteps. I think this is where we drop the corridor here. Guarantees to be unlocked. The billiard room. We've been looking for this. We can get the pool. I'm going to go with the pool. Locker room, sauna, and pump room. Remember how we were talking about the lack of water? The draft pool is in your deck of potential floor plans. Each time you draft, 3 random floor plans are drawn from the draft pool for you to select from. The odds of drawing a specific floor plan may differ depending on the room. Some rooms are more rare than others. Floor plans added to the draft pool are removed at the end of the day unless otherwise stated, and no running. Good to know. Can't actually go in the pool. Unfortunate. Alright, that door's locked. Not getting stingy with keys, but I'm just trying to explore all my options first. We can do the locksmith, which is keys for sale. We can do the dark room or the hallway. I know that the kitchen is serving tomato soup, but I don't think we're going to be going back to the kitchen anytime soon. So I'm going to go with the hallway. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. So that's actually a lie. So I made that note earlier. That's good to know. The West Wing is less likely to be locked. Because of the blue and red memo. So I'm glad we checked that out. Alright, let's go this way. Dining room could be useful. We got the pump room. The pump room would dead end to this section, but we do still have 2 other open areas. And I think the pump room is good because remember in the kitchen, there was no water. I think this is going to be a necessary room. Let's see. Break this off. What's this? Lockpick. Oh, nice. Okay. Wonder if we can drain the pool. Oh, okay, I see. So we have this one. That one goes there. Through here. It's number... So let me see. Aquarium is number 3. 4, 5, 6. If I understand this correctly, right? So if we go from the pool... So that filled up water from the pool. At the expense of the greenhouse, it looks like. Let's try this. Okay. So we need to give to pump 4 in the kitchen, which has it, but we also want to give it to the greenhouse. Okay. And then I suppose we could use the reservoir, right? So the reservoir is number 2. Where does number 2 connect here? Number 2 connects to pump 2. Okay. So we can drain some water from the reservoir, and we can use it to fill everything else up, perhaps? Okay. And then... we fill the pool and the kitchen, right? So... that'll leave 1 for the kitchen, and then we can max out the water pressure in every room. Okay, so where does the kitchen go? So kitchen is through pump 1. No, wait, number 4. Number 4, number 4. Pump 5. Whoops. It's actually not what I wanted to do. Maybe do we drain part of the pool and then we drain the one over? Maybe? Let's see. Under pressure. Back to the reservoir, please. Alright, trying this out here. Flip that. So it rotates that way. Now we use water from the reservoir to fill that up, and then we can use what's left to fill up the kitchen. Alright, think we got it. And now we can just use the rest to fill up the reservoir back up, but now everything is maxed out. I don't know if that did anything, but might be worth checking out, right? Okay, let's keep moving. Sorry, I know that was a lot of time playing with that, but... You can get the commissary here. The sauna or the spare room? Let's go with the spare room, just so we can continue and maximize our possibilities here. Alright, no metal detector. We'll use a key. Storeroom, dining room, or observatory? I feel the dining room's a good spot. We've never really used this before. And now we're maximizing what we have, and as soon as we open this, we'll get a meal. Okay, can't pick this door's lock. I should really try that every time, huh? Alright, let's go with the billiard room here. Has a puzzle in it. And now we have food over here. So let's check the meal. Stuffed wild quail. That'll give us 20 steps, 30 if we have the trophy room. We don't have that yet. We've got plenty of steps, so we will save that for now. Alright. And here we are at the billiard room. It's a nice little area. Man, I would love to have a room like this one day. Nine, 4. Oh, okay, I see. So 9 plus 4 is 13. So now it's 19 plus 13. Is that twice or 3 times? Well, easy way to find out. So 19 plus 26? Well, actually, maybe it's 19 minus. So if blues add, 19 minus 13 would be 6, right? Okay. 10 minus 3 is 7. Okay. I'm going to make a note for the billiard room game. Blue is add. Pink is not pink is subtract. Yellow is subtract. Maybe pink is times. Okay. Pink is times. $16. I mean, if we're doing order of operations, but we have to keep it within points. So we have 12 minus 8 times 4. Look at me, guys. I'm solving puzzles and shit. Yeah! Key card! Nice! We found the key card, guys. That might be what we put away for the future. I gotta admit, I'm pretty proud of that one. Solved it on my first try. I think I have a right to be a little proud about that one, huh? West Wing Hall. I think this is where we put the West Wing here. No metal detector. Oh, no, metal detector just went off. There it is. Coin. Okay. Let's go north. Lockpick. We got the wine cellar, the office, but we don't have any points there. We don't have enough gems. So we gotta go the wine cellar. Says there's 3 gems in here. Just gonna make a note of this. MCC. So that's... So that's 19... 19... no, I'm not sure. I don't remember my Roman numerals. I'll just write it down. Okay. Got our 3 gems. Don't think there's anything else in here. I'm just going to double check. Doesn't look like it. And maybe I'm reading in too much, but... Alright. We have a lot of other rooms we can still explore, which is good. Bunk room, observatory, storeroom. No matter what, it's going to be a dead end. We have plenty of keys, plenty of diamonds. 2 bedrooms because we have the nursery. Let's get that. Maximize our steps here. And 2 bananas. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything else in here. Alright, let's head back to the dining room. I'll see what else we can find. Use a key. We can get that office, or we can get the passageway to maximize our number of doors. I think I'm going to go with the passageway for now. Okay. I don't want to use too many of my keys. Dark room could be good. Especially since we have the utility closet. We could turn the power off here and see what happens with this room. And it would give an open one. So, yeah, let's grab that. Power is off. As expected. I want to draft in this room, so we won't. Instead, I'll go here. Conference room. patio. Laboratory. Spread diamonds here in each green room. I think that's a good choice. Buried below, occasionally you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate with a shovel. Okay, sounds good. We have a shovel. Old tin can. Coin. Sounds good. Okay. Not seeing anything else. So let's head to the other side of the passageway. Archives. Laundry room. Let's try the laundry room here. Okay, exchange all your keys with all your coins. Wow, so you can get a lot of coins with fluff and fold. All your keys with all your diamonds. Okay, that's actually very useful. That's very, very useful. This is a very interesting room. Alright, I don't see anything else. Just double check. Alright, let's head into the dark room. I don't know what it is. Let's take a shot in the dark here without spending a gem. Sauna. And look. Found a broken lever. Alright, so that means that we'll get an additional 20 steps to start tomorrow. That's useful. And now we've fully maxed out this area. So let's head to the dining room. We'll get our 20 steps from eating. We'll have dinner. And now we have to head back. The way up is through the pool. We have 3 keys and 1 diamond. There should be a diamond in the courtyard. So I figure we'll head back to the courtyard. Oh, it says there's something in here. Oh, a key. Nice. Okay. So I guess we'll actually just advance to the pool and... Oh, no. Get the diamond first, because that way if we get a two diamond thing, it'll be good. It'll be good. Plus, there might be a dirt pile in here I missed. Yep. Okay, got some coin. Another dirt pile. More coin. said spread diamond. That's odd. I didn't find a diamond in either of the two green rooms we had. Very weird. Most unfortunate. I guess I could always check security. We're only 2 rooms away. So let's go see if there's anything I missed in the house so far. Every time we go in the bedroom, we get that +1, which is kind of nice. Alright, enter view estate inventory. There is 1 gem and 1 key we have not found yet. The key is probably in the garage. The gem is probably in the courtyard somewhere. Okay. Does anyone happen to see a gem lying around? There it is. Found it. Okay, we got the gem. And the key is probably in the garage, because I remember the metal detector went off, but I didn't find what was in there. So more than likely, if we need an extra key, there's 1 lying in the garage. And it wouldn't be bad to go over there, because we would need to get the kitchen anyway, but... Alright, can't pick that door's lock, that's fine. Workshop, we can combine inventory items to create new ones. That could be useful. Or we could use the office. Opportunity to earn and spread money. I think out of these 2, I think the workshop is the one I'm more interested in right now. Got the compass. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought. Do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is of 10. Lost among the bold words. Spoken soft, the note is read, the letter is not. Okay, I'm going to write this down. All right. Jeez, yeah, I know I said 1 more run. I did not expect this to go so long, but I'm not complaining. So that's probably a hint that in all those letters we found, there's probably bold words. We need to go back and look. There's probably a hidden message there. The true box does not always contain the prize. So yeah, that's from the parlor. Okay. I think we got everything in here. Let's try out the workshop. Broken lever and the key card. No. And the lockpick. No. Sledgehammer, shovel, compass. Okay, so we know that the broken lever and the sledgehammer, when combined with something else, do something. We can get the shovel plus the compass. Let's just see. Shovel plus sledge, coin purse, detector shovel. That's a dowsing rod. Let's see what this does. While drafting, dowsing rod points towards room that may contain more items today than usual. That's useful. Just seeing what combinations we have. Pick sound amplifier with the metal detector and the lockpick kit. Let's try it. We're just experimenting at this point. Greater chance of picking high sensitivity locks. That's useful. Keycard, coin purse, keycard, broken lever. Okay. All right. Mail room. Deliver a package. To not lock us out, I think we have to go with the commissary. I think we have to. So we'll continue. Commissary is open from day 12 to day 16. Okay. Again, password is scratched out there. We can get a set of gems. We can get a key or an upgrade disc. I do feel that upgrade disc is worth it. We can get one gem, or we can get, actually we can only get gems here now. So, let's do that. We'll get one gem, so we have two. We're good to go. Nothing else. Let's press on. Observatory at the Rumpus Room. That could be useful. But... man. It's tough because we don't have the broken lever, so I think as much as I want the Rumpus Room, because I think that'll help a lot, I think we have to go with the observatory here. +2, which is good. So you can spin that. That's a little odd. Alright, we'll look through here. See what star we have. We've got 2. Pair of chests has been added to the entrance hall. Okay, could be nice. Let's go check and see if we have anything else up here. We'll just run up. Nope. Okay, looks like we only had to do that once, which is kind of nice. Locker room. Spread keys throughout the house. Ballroom, which we don't have enough, or the storeroom. So no matter what, this is going to end the number of rooms we can get. Unfortunately, there's no other way to move forward with this. But we can go store something in the coat check. And we can also go upgrade something at the security. So this is not by any stretch been a waste of time. I really wish that we could get the ballroom, but we can't. We just didn't have a good draw here, so And we don't keep the keys from last time either, which is unfortunate, because that would be awesome to get the locker room here. But I suppose we can at least unlock the room, so that way we can get more info on it. Since the storeroom doesn't really help us a lot either. There is nowhere else to go. Nowhere else for us to go. But there is a couple things I'd like to check. So we'll get this. See if we find anything useful here. And then this will end our run. Locker is locked. Good place to potentially use our spare keys. But it's also a form of gambling, it looks like. Alright, well, we got 3 spare keys and nothing to do with them. Let's try this guy. See if there's anything in here. A whole coin. Okay. Let's try one on the opposite end. Empty. We'll try one in the middle. Let's go with this one. Lockpick might have been helpful to hang on to here. But that's okay. Keys are spread throughout the house. So there's good odds that we can find some more stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to open this. Oh man, could have gotten the ballroom. We do have another key though. Yeah, let's open up something in the locker room here and then we'll... Another coin. Okay. Well, let's head out. I think this has been a very, very good run. We unlocked a shortcut that hopefully will lead us directly to the garage moving forward. We got a ton of rooms. Uncovered some pretty big clues, I would say. I feel pretty good about this. I really do. I think we did a good job tonight, everybody. Alright, let's use that upgrade terminal. See what's on there. Storeroom upgrade. Ooh, this could be good. Man, well, you get 2 keys, 2 gems, or 10 coins. I think we gotta go with keys, right? Keys always seem to be our kind of like, you know, struggle area. Getting that extra key in the storeroom, I think, could be huge. Alright. Let's check out the kitchen. I think we have enough space to get there. And then we can still make it, hopefully... So does this actually do anything? Doesn't look like it. Might be important later, though. Alright, glad we checked that out. No need to go to the garage, even though there's probably something metal there. That's probably where the key is. Let's head to the coat check. We'll turn in an item. Probably the key card, just because I think that's going to be the most useful one. Oh yeah, and there's 2 chests in here as well. Let's open those. Whole bunch of stuff that unfortunately isn't going to be useful after this. Not the most efficient use of that item, that's for sure. But alright. Either the lever or the key card is going to be the most important thing here. Okay, you can only check in one. I think we'll hang on to that key card. Alright. And there's a key. Well, I think that's going to do it for this run, everybody. We don't have enough steps to make it back to the locker room. Probably could order food and maybe stretch it, but I think we're good. I feel pretty good about this run. Let's call it a day here. And that is going to do it for my first attempt at blueprints, guys. We had 13 dead-end rooms this time. But I think we did a good job. I really do. We found a lot of good stuff here. So we'll save and quit. And YouTube, I know this was a long one. I think it's about 4 hours or so, give or take. But thank you very much for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. Again, if you like my content, please consider liking and commenting on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that alarm bell. Follow me on all my social media, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok. Of course, twitch.tv, where you could have watched this live. And, yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I'm tired, guys. I've been streaming for about 5 hours. So I'm going to call it here. But YouTube, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye!